If you want to have a shot of getting maximum compensation in your injury claim, you have to play your cards right. In this video, I'm going to go over 5 lawyer tips that can put you in a position to possibly get maximum compensation in your injury claim. Tip 1. Gather and send evidence to the insurance company or defendant. After your accident, you want to play detective. Take pictures at the accident scene and pictures depicting your injuries. Get witness statements. Get all your medical records and bills. Collect everything. And once you've gathered all the evidence, don't just sit on it. Send it to the insurance company or the defendant or your lawyer if you have one. Evidence is like gold in these cases. It helps show who's at fault and how badly you were injured. Without solid evidence, it may become much harder to prove who was at fault or the severity of your injuries, which could significantly reduce your chances of receiving full compensation. Additionally, having strong evidence on your side ensures that insurance companies cannot downplay or dispute your claim as easily. Insurance adjusters are trained to find any gaps or inconsistencies in your story, but if you have gathered solid evidence, it's harder for them to argue against it. This can lead to better settlement offers and a smoother overall process. Tip 2, get medical treatment if you are in pain. Now, if you are in pain, get medical treatment. Your medical records are the best way for your pain and suffering to be documented. Getting medical treatment if you are in pain is crucial for your injury claim because it creates an official record of your injuries. Without medical documentation, insurance companies or opposing parties can argue that your injuries aren't as serious as you claim, or worse, that they weren't caused by the accident at all. This medical documentation serves as proof of your pain and suffering, which is essential in calculating your compensation. Furthermore, delaying medical treatment can negatively affect your injury claim. If you wait too long to seek treatment, the insurance company may argue that your injuries aren't severe or that they occurred due to something else after the accident. The insurance company will use any excuse they can to downplay your injuries. So if you're hurting, go see a doctor and follow their advice. Tip 3. Initiate settlement negotiations with a demand for the policy limits. When it becomes time to initiate settlement negotiations in your case, it's, in my opinion, best to initiate settlement negotiations by making a written demand for the policy limits if you are dealing with an insurance company in your case. You deserve compensation for your pain, suffering, medical bills, lost wages, and any and all damages you have incurred and will occur in the future. And starting with the policy limits gives you room to negotiate without selling yourself short. By setting the bar at the maximum, you leave room for negotiation without underselling your claim from the beginning if your injuries are severe and your damages are high. Starting with a demand for the policy limits can help possibly ensure that you receive full compensation for your losses. Tip 4. Never accept the insurance company or opposing party's first offer. Unless you are being offered the policy limits by an insurance company, you should never accept the first offer made by the opposing party in your injury claim because more often than not, that offer is a lowball attempt by the insurance company to settle your case for far less than what it's actually worth. In fact, after practicing law for several years now in the area of injury law, I cannot think of one time in my career where the opposing party was not willing to negotiate with us further after they made an initial offer, unless the first offer was an offer to pay the policy limits. It is the goal of insurance companies and large corporate defendants to minimize payouts in injury cases. They hope that by offering a quick settlement, you'll be tempted to take the money and move on without fully considering the long-term cost of your medical treatment, lost wages, or pain and suffering. By accepting an initial offer, you are losing out on fair compensation for your injuries. Tip 5. file a lawsuit. If the insurance company or opposing party is being unreasonable, file a lawsuit. After you file a lawsuit, the insurance company or opposing party will have to defend the lawsuit. When you file a lawsuit, the insurance company knows that they are at risk of a judge or jury deciding your case, which can lead to a much higher award than the lowball settlement offer they initially made. Lawsuits apply pressure on the opposing party, often forcing them to reconsider their position and make a more reasonable settlement offer to avoid the time, expense, and uncertainty of further litigation or eventually a trial. So now that you know 5 lawyer tips that can boost your injury claim to give you a shot at maximizing your settlement, you might be thinking it's a good idea for you to represent yourself in your injury case. And if that sounds like you, then you should definitely watch this video about to pop up right here, where I go over several reasons why you should not represent yourself in your injury case. Also, for more helpful videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to my channel right here. Lastly, if you've been injured in Kentucky, remember to don't wait, call Tate.